Yeah. Listen, how can we transgress when we know that the Lamb's death was a spiritual ground? Yes.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is Let's Be Honest with me, James Blunderfield. Today's topic is blessing and flow. So let's get cracking into it. Blessing obviously is quite a commonly used term. It's usually for where people, if you're a blessing to someone, you really help them out or encourage them or something like that, which is awesome. It's really important to do that. But there's two sides of blessing. There's obviously being a blessing, and there's also receiving a blessing. Now, usually one is quite harder than the other. Look at why it's important to have both of those balanced up. Now, blessing people is important, okay? Keep doing it. Be as much as a blessing as you can to people. Take time, invest in people. Investing in people is never a bad thing. You should strive to bless people. You should always try and help people out, and obviously having that sort of heart is a blessing to people, and in turn you get blessed. Now, when we talk about receiving blessing, this is often the hardest part. I find it really hard anyway, and I had to really train myself through it through the years, is that in order to let blessing flow, receive it as well as dish it out. You know, you're willing to help people, but you're not willing to let people help you, and that's a problem. In today's society, it's kind of seen as a weakness to need help, but if anything, it's a godly thing to need help, because it says in the Bible that in our weaknesses, Jesus is strong, God is strong for us, and his strength carries through. And by being weak, we're allowing to be blessed, and through just as much as you blessing people gives you a buzz and lifts your spirits, it's exactly the same for everyone else. Anyone else that wants to bless you, by doing that, they in turn get blessed. So if you don't receive blessing, you're kind of cutting that off. You're kind of stopping that flow. Now, if you imagine blessing like water, now water will trickle down and flow wherever it needs to go. It will carve its way through the landscape. But if you stand in its way and stop it dead, and you don't receive it, you build a dam there, you're stopping so many other people receiving that blessing. And also the person that's trying to bless you, you're stopping them being blessed by being obedient. Because being a blessing does come with a cost. You know, it does take a sacrifice. And it's important to know that you shouldn't get in the way of it. Okay? Is that the fullness of actually being blessed and being a blessing extends to receiving blessing, that you take on, allow people to bless you, because in turn they get blessed. So in other words, you're being blessing to them. I know it's a weird concept. There's a movie called Pay It Forward. And there's a little lad that, if you be blessed and you bless 3 people, you know, you pass it on, you pay it forward. And then each time, each one of those 3 people will bless 3 people, and it kind of spreads and spreads and spreads. And that is the way that blessing works, you know, is that once you're blessed, you can then bless other people, and it flows onto more and more people. So actually, you're not just affecting one other person in the chain, you're affecting a whole load of people if you don't receive it. You know, and receiving things is good. I mean, God himself likes to bless us. He likes to lavish gifts upon us. You know, he likes to spoil his children, treat them at times, you know. And we're called to be like Jesus. And Jesus used to go around and, I mean, he didn't have to feed the 5,000, but he did. You know, he prayed to God, bless the food, and then bang, bless those people. He didn't have to. There's nothing. He wasn't obligated to. It wasn't his responsibility. But out of love, he did it, and he was a blessing to those people. More than that, you know, just not only in the way that he gave them knowledge and spiritual enlightenment, or whatever you want to call it, but he blessed them through it. And it was, you know, that was the bit that everyone remembers. They don't remember that he preached to them all day. The crux of the story is about that he blessed those people. There was a miracle taking place, that he fed those people, and that something so small, blessed so many people. Now, the second part is blessings through words. So not only by actions can we bless people, but by words. So obviously words of prophecy or encouragement or whatever it is, just words coming out of your mouth, basically. Okay, being a blessing to someone is, you know, there's a few videos on YouTube of people just kind of blessing people for no reason. I mean, I saw one recently of a guy, an Australian guy, who goes up to girls and gives them compliments or gives them a rose and says, look, I just like blessing you today, and just saying, you're beautiful. There's no flirtatiousness with it. It's not gaining anything from it. It's literally just blessing people. And the looks on these girls' faces, it's awesome. And there's even a guy, he does it too. He says, you know what, I really like your shoes, dude. You're looking really good today. Have a great day. And it really blesses them and builds them up. And it, their whole attitude changes afterwards. It's really, really good to see. Speaking blessings, what does it do? Obviously, we know the actions of blessing, they kind of go and, that improves people's lives or helps them in a sticky or difficult situation. But actually, speaking blessing, what does it do? It creates life, okay? It creates life. It says in the Bible about the power of the tongue. The power of the tongue is so very, very powerful. It can either create or destroy. It also builds and it improves people's attitudes. Like I say, when that guy gave him these people roses or compliments, it built them up. It really changed their attitude from to someone's really nice. Somebody actually thinks I look good or appreciates me, and that's the difference. That's what being a blessing is about. And it also improves thankfulness, because they're thankful either to God or just thankful in themselves that they are the way they are and that someone appreciates them. The next one is speaking out curses. So obviously there's two sides to every coin. Speaking blessing, but then it also says that this destroying part, they're actually speaking curses out over people. And it's so easy to do. I mean, you can do it very subliminally where you don't think about it. You just spurt these things out and say them. I'm a prime culprit for this one. I mastering my tongue has been very difficult, and I still struggle with it a lot. But let's see what they actually does, on the curses side. So the curses, they destroy things. So it actually breaks things down. It doesn't improve anyone. It just tries to stop. So it limits. It stops people being who they are. It crushes their spirit and their personality. Just like speaking blessings creates good attitudes, destroying and speaking curses it creates bad and wrong attitudes. And when you're trying to talk to someone and they're in a bad way, not much goes in. You're kind of always on the defensive. It changes your thought patterns. It makes you think bad about yourself and everything else around you. I mean, fair enough, we all get up on the wrong side of the bed, but we all have a choice to actually step out and make a difference through that. We can change our attitudes, but it has to come from a place of changing our hearts first, which is very difficult and can take some time. So yeah, that's a few things about being a blessing. And all I'm going to leave you guys with is basically, it all comes down to a choice. Choose to be a blessing. Choose to create with your words instead of destroy. Take every thought captive, just like it says in the Bible, and use it for good. Now, obviously, there are times where curses can be a good thing, against the enemy. You can curse sickness, you can curse demonic forces and just, cut them down where they stand. But we shouldn't use curses against each other. We never should. So choose to be a blessing. Choose to be creative and not destroy. This is James Blunderfield. That was another Let's Be Honest. Hope to see you soon. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe for more content. I'll try and get a few more videos up and out there. Be a blessing and God bless you. Peace.
Yeah. Listen, how can we transgress when we know that the Lamb's death was a spiritual ground? Yes, because he was...